What's up, everybody? It's me and Chipz-N-Stix, back with my man Squirtle, and today we have another bargain bin review for you for Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's right, so if you haven't picked it up yet, you're going to want to watch this video to find out if it's worth your money. Stay tuned. In this review, I'm going to touch on a few main topics, and I'm going to give you the upsides and downsides of all of it. I'm going to talk about the graphics, the gameplay, and the story. So first thing first, let's start off with the graphics. In the overworld, everything just looks so fantastic. I mean, you can tell in certain areas they put a lot into it. Sometimes, and this is just my opinion, you could almost feel like you're in it. Just look at the slums and the garden area at Aerith's house. The cinematic scenes and small cutscenes are almost lifelike. Like, the characters give you that real sense of hyper-realism, like they can actually be real. Look at this cutscene right here. It looks so cinematic and there's so much detail in it. It's mind-blowing. And look at the transition from the cutscene to going into battle. It's so smooth. On top of that, even the animation for the summons blows your mind. It's crazy. Now let's talk about the gameplay for a minute. Final Fantasy VII Remake has a refreshing take on a classic JRPG with an action turn-based mashup. So what I mean by that is that it has elements of an action hack and slash such as Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy 15, but it keeps the turn-based elements of the original Final Fantasy VII when you use your special abilities, your magic, your items, and even your limit break. I like this kind of gameplay because it gives you a whole new element to strategy. Not every character is suited for a straight up brawl. Not every character is suited for straight up magic attacks. You have to think about who do you want to be your magic person, your straight up mash 'em out person, and basically formulate a new strategy whenever you approach an enemy going into battle. Now let's talk about the story for a moment. There's a good amount of dialogue that actually fleshes out the characters' personalities and gives them that human element. This actually contributes to making the game feel more enriched than the original version. I've had to go back and confirm this with my boy Avidon, my boy Rob Regal, and my boy Studio Nintendo. And they've all confirmed that there's a lot more that makes them feel more human and makes it feel more real in this game. On top of that, there's more content added to it that sometimes may intertwine with the main storyline. Check out this small example of what I'm talking about.
Gotta love the irony of Shinra's smarmy lapdog leading the way to its master's destruction.
You really don't like Stamp, do you, Barret?
It's not that I hate it. I hate the fact that Shinra took a loyal animal like that and co-opted it for their own self-serving agenda.
Poor old Stamp. Think you're making progress, and then you hit a wall.
Knock it down.
You're starting to sound like Barret.
Never mind.
It's a good plan.
Remember when I said it makes you feel like as if you're almost in it? Well, you can tell in certain areas where the devs cut corners, like right here. And even with a lot going on in battle, where there's a lot of things happening on screen, you can still notice it. And maybe I'm nitpicking here, but some of the NPCs just look so bland and generic. Next up is the combat. There's no reason why there should be two buttons that does the same thing. You need a jump button. Give it to me with X or another one of the front-facing buttons because it's needed. It's hard to build up your ATB gauge, especially when you have enemies that are airborne or on the wall. Another thing that this game can benefit from are team functions and independent aggro. So what I mean by that is, for instance, Kingdom Hearts, you can have your characters target their own enemies or target your enemies. They can attack, they can defend, and they can use their magic however you want them to use it. The problem with this game is that you can't do it. Anytime you switch from, let's say, Tifa to Cloud, you end up bringing that same aggro from the enemies with you. This can mess up your strategies in battle. The other part is that the targeting system needs a little bit of tweaking. Sometimes in the heat of battle, when you're trying to see everything around you, you end up targeting the wrong person. Other than that, replayability is kind of limited. Once you beat the game, you can play it again on hard mode and also go for the trophies since it's on PlayStation. To sum everything up, this game is worth getting. Mind you, it is $60 for one episode. That one episode includes roughly 18 chapters. Again, I would say pick it up. It's totally worth the experience. It's a lot of fun, especially if you haven't played the original. For more Bargain Bin reviews, make sure you click on this box right here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, because it helps me out. It helps out Squirtle. Join the Squirtle Squad. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.